Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today I'd like to tell you about some new products that should be making you very jealous, explain exactly what they are, and why you should absolutely care about them. What we got coming here is a new product that's coming over in China, the Metal Card Deck Storage Box Set. Bit of a mouthful, but there we go. It is machine translated, so I suppose that does make a little bit of sense. And what we basically got here is a new product. And if anyone's interested, we're in the Arcanine set over in China right now. Remember, they're catching up with us, but they're doing a lot of different things. A lot of their sets are kind of mashing together a few of our sets, so they don't correspond perfectly to what we've got. But the point is, this is the Arcanine set which came out not too long ago. Sounds good? Excellent. Because what they've got is a set where basically they're like, hey, are you interested in Metal Deck Box and Illustration Rare cards? And I'm like, honestly, mate, yeah. I am interested in Metal Deck Boxes and Illustration Rare cards. And that's exactly what we've got. But it is the specific Illustration Rare cards they're offering, which I think are of particular interest to us here. And let's not bury the lead. Magikarp. They're going and giving us the Magikarp. Now, this is frankly a pretty big deal because the Magikarp is just one of those cards where it's very hard to get hold of. It's just an expensive card right now. And the artwork here is so wonderful, so brilliant. Shinji Kada's knocked it out of the park. So many people are loving this that essentially what they want to do is just try and get hold of this card. And the goal is get hold of the card. And it's not necessarily get hold of the English version of the card. It is just get hold of any version of the card as easily as possible. That's what people are looking for here. You know, if we go and have a look over at TCG Player, for instance, this Magikarp's $150 or more. This is a ridiculously priced card. This Magikarp is huge. But let's not go and pretend it's super cheap over in Japan as well. Now, when we talk about Japan, I'm going to be honest with you, we do need to bear in mind that these Japanese cards are often a little bit cheaper. We have a habit in the West of taking random illustration rares and blowing them up to ridiculous prices. That's something we tend to do with illustration rares, which Japan does not do as much, all right? But it's still an 8,500 yen card, which I suppose we should actually address that, because I'm not sure everybody here actually works in yen all the time. Which I don't blame them, honestly. Why would you unless you needed to? But 8,500 yen, you're basically talking about $60. Significantly cheaper than it is over here. But still, let's make no mistake about it, still a very expensive card. So being able to pick this one up over in China, in a product like this, kind of makes an awful lot of sense. It is a card that everybody wants. And in theory, and I can't promise here, we never know one way or the other, but in theory, it's going to be a little bit cheaper. That's the hope here. It's going to give another way for people to get hold of this incredibly sought-after card without having to pay like $150 for an English version. Now, like I've said, nowadays, we do have the Japanese version, and the Japanese version is a lot cheaper, so we've got that. But honestly, when it comes to this really sought-after cards that people really want for the artwork rather than, say, playability, and if it's a playability thing, obviously you do have to go for the English one, then having another foreign version of the card which is cheaper is just awesome. Because there's some other ones here which I think people are going to be incredibly excited about. Take Tyranitar, for instance. That's another card that an awful lot of people are loving and excited about. Again, we're not talking about a playable card here. No one actually wants to use this Tyranitar in a deck. But it's still a very nice sought-after card that everybody kind of loves. And right now, it's like a $45 card. Now, over the course of a year, it's kind of ended up pretty much even. Going down, then going up, then coming back down again. But this is a card that an awful lot of people want, that is a very expensive card, and having it available in another version is going to be awesome. One of the cool things that China has been doing lately is releasing sought after cards in a way which just makes them more available. Now, I don't know exactly how hard this particular product is going to be to get hold of. Maybe these aren't going to be super cheap and lovely and easy to get hold of after all, but I'm telling you right now, they're pretty cool to me. And the other one, now value-wise, it's not a huge card, but I gotta give a shout-out to the Cleffa here. I love this Cleffa. It's like a $15 card. It's not horrendous, but artwork-wise, this is maybe like a top 5 artwork ever. Haiganosuke is an artist I absolutely love. This is particularly good, even for Haiganosuke. You add that all up, and what we're left with is something truly special. Now, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of the regular illustration rares, the ones I've just shouted out are the best. These are the ones that I think most people are going to look at and go, oh, yeah, no, I want those. Those are my favourites. Those are the best. They are not the only ones that are on offer. There are 12 of them, and we got Ninetales, Magikarp, Cleffa, Sizzle, Heracross, Tyranitar, Flichinda, Ice Cube with his head stuck in a fridge, which I kind of love, or freezer probably. Mousehold, who does actually get the front of the box, weirdly. Armor Rouge, Scovillain, and King Gambit. Yes, you will notice there is a few modern Gen 1s in there for fairly obvious reasons. China celebrating having Gen 9 in the card game. So these are very cool, and essentially when you buy this, you get one of those. Okay, that's kind of awesome. It's not all that you get. You also get a matching deck box, which according to Google Translate and the official website is a metal deck box. It says metal over and over again. And this is kind of brilliant, honestly. These are nice deck boxes. Now, you actually get the deck box and magnetic stickers corresponding to the art illustration flashcard. So essentially, you get the stickers to go along with whatever particular deck box you've got. And again, I think this is incredibly cool. I think these are awesome deck boxes. And if you're a fan of, for instance, Cleffa, which I know a lot of people are, this seems like a really, really cool deck box. So I'm also a gigantic fan of this one. I think these are the kind of products where we look at it and we go, you know what? These are absolutely brilliant. You also get yourself a couple of partitions. These are much less exciting, frankly. But basically, you get yourself dividers for your deck box. And I will say, having dividers that match the deck box, always kind of fun. But I think it's fair to say, right? No one's buying this for the partitions. Nice to have. Kind of cool. Not the reason people are running out and buying it. I think that's pretty fair to say. Okay. Lovely. But then we've got the hidden ones, Koraidon and Miraidon. Now, several of you are going to look at these and go, hang on a second, Wassy, I recognise these cards. These are the cards that actually came around as Elite Trainer Box promos for us. Yes, they did. These were the Elite Trainer Box promos for the Scarlet and Violet Elite Trainer Boxes. They're kind of awesome, they're kind of brilliant, and we love them. We had these very easy to get hold of. That was actually not the case over in Japan. Over in Japan, the way it worked was that you had to basically win a little local tournament, but then you got a 50-50 chance of either getting the Koraidon or the Miraidon. So I know a bunch of people are going to be watching this in the West and going like, well, hang on a second. We had those as Elite Trainer Box promos. Why do we even care? But there's going to be a bunch of people in Japan who see this product and they go, oh, that's kind of awesome, because those cards are a nightmare to get hold of in Japan. Because they are. They're an absolute pain. So that's why they end up being a bit special. Plus, they are the box legendaries. And then, of course, as I'm sure you probably guessed, because we've got these secret versions, which are the box legendaries, we've also got secret versions of the deck boxes, which match the box legendaries, and yes, they do come with the relevant dividers as well. So this is the way these Chinese products tend to work. We've got 12 versions of them featuring the 12 Pokemon I called out a minute ago, and then we've got the 2 secret versions featuring Koraidon and Miraidon. I love these. I think these are absolutely brilliant. These are retailing for 88 Chinese yuan renminbi, which means you're talking around about $12, just over $12, which is kind of cool. And like I say, you do get a pack. Yeah, you get a 20-card pack of the Arcanine set, which is fine. You know, it's a nice little bonus. It's not really what we're super excited about here, I'll be honest with you. But you get yourself your Metal Deck box, you get yourself your Illustration Rare card, and then you get yourself your pack as well. I think this is very cool, and I've said this a bunch, I'm happy to say it again. I do think these are the kind of products where I really wish we could have these. These are products I would absolutely love to be getting in the West, plus guaranteed Illustration Rare. Who doesn't want a guaranteed Illustration Rare when they buy these kind of products? Because I'm telling you right now, I do. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me how excited you are in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Chelsea Rose, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.